There's the little lake we stayed at last night, Alpine Lake. And that's Alpine Peak. Nice little spot. Did have some mosquitoes last night. And looks like we might have some clouds and sprinkles today. That shouldn't be too bad as long as it doesn't pour down rain. And there's a shot of down the valley the way we came.
Well, good morning. It's day 2 of our Sawtooth adventure, and it's starting with a climb. It's just about 8 o'clock. We stayed down at Alpine Lake, and we've made that climb out. Now we're on our way up to Sawtooth Lake. We want to make it to Barren Lake. Sorry, there's skeeters here again. We want to make it to Barren Lakes today. And I think Roy said that's about 12 to 15 miles. But a good portion of that's downhill once we get past Sawtooth Lake. But it's cloudy. It's been a little sprinkly this morning. But other than that, temperature is nice. It's just climbing first thing in the morning. So more to come because we'll be getting to Sawtooth Lake in about a mile. And then start seeing part of this country that we haven't seen. So that's kind of cool. The very first video on our YouTube channel is our hike we did 4 years ago to Sawtooth Lake. That's what actually started our YouTube channel. So that was kind of, we were reminiscing about that. On the way up the hill yesterday. We didn't talk at all during that video. Put music on over our video, but that's kind of where this channel started. So that's kind of cool. Anyways, more to come.
Here we made it to Sawtooth Lake.
are just starting to bloom. We've got fields of Indian paintbrushes, of these yellow flowers. Look at all these. They're just everywhere. This whole field is loaded with them. So we stopped back here at the same rock we stopped at 4 years ago and had a snack. We had our breakfast back there on Sawtooth. Now we're hiking the trail that goes along the lake, and hopefully we hit, there's another lake on the other side that we'll see, and eventually end up at Barren Lakes. It's kind of cool. There's still quite a bit of snow out here. See? But I just did a video earlier of all these wildflowers behind me. They're just everywhere. Yeah, it's kind of distracting because I want to stop and take a look at all of them, take pictures of all of them. But we have to keep moving. As I said earlier, most of the day, first half of the day is going to be downhill, which will be kind of nice, and then the climb up to Barren. So we got to cross some snow already. So we're not sure what some of these passes are going to look like that we're coming up to in the next day or two. So this whole trip will be played by ear on if we can make it over some of these passes. If not, we'll just take a different route, go see a different lake. Today's cooler. I got my raincoat on because it was windy and I was getting chilled sitting there, so I put my frog tog raincoat on to keep the chill off. But what's nice is up here is there's no skeeters, so it's, I should say where we're at right now. Anyhow, okay, my arm's getting tired because this back is still heavy.
Okay, well, we're sitting here, we just had lunch, and we are headed down towards the junction to head up to the Barren Lakes. And my morale's down a little bit, of course, but because it's raining, and I hate rain. We're going to get down to the junction down there, see what time it is, and decide whether we camp there or move up the trail a little bit. It's hard to tell where camp spots are. If there's any. Like coming down this, there wasn't very many camp spots, and I just get overworried.
Well, that's just it. It's not just raining. We're bushwhacking and creek crossing, so everything's wet. Our feet are wet.
Yeah. So just into a situation where we'll just figure it out once we get down to the junction.
And if we have to pull up camp early, we pull up camp early.
Yeah.
river crossing. It's where shoes get wet. Pick your spots carefully before you move your poles. Face the current. My turn.
Okay, so we decided to camp at the junction to the Barren Lakes. We are camping a little bit early, but we got some information from a guy that said that there's really no camp spots all the way up there, and it's another 7 miles. It's already 3 o'clock. So we decided to stay here. We're letting everything dry out. Everything was pretty wet crossing the streams and then just walking in the wet brush from the rain today. Found a nice little spot, so we were like, let's just stay here and tackle that hill in the morning, and then we can stay at Barren Lakes tomorrow night. He also said the pass wasn't too bad, which is encouraging to me. So normally Kathy sets up, at least on the PCT, Kathy would set up the tent, and that includes blowing up the pads. But now we have this sweet little thing, and it works. Do you prefer this?
Yeah.
So Kathy sets up the tent usually, and then I cook. Normally if we were in a hurry, I'd be cooking right now. But it's only 3 o'clock, so we got plenty of time.